Foot long, large size. You know you're gonna have a pretty rockin' time. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Steve from Rockstar Eater coming to you with another rockin' episode. And I am out here in New Orleans, in Mid-City, because I'm gonna be checking out one of the most acclaimed sandwich shops in town. Behind me is Parkway Bakery and Tavern. Some sources say that this is possibly the best po' boy sandwich they can find in all of New Orleans. They got po' boys of all kinds. They've been here since 1911. They got drinks, they got it all. So I encourage you to stick all the way to the end of this video, especially if you love sandwiches, because I'm gonna show you one of the best places to get it in New Orleans at Parkway Bakery. And also, if you're new to this channel, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, because it posts these food and travel videos weekly you don't want to miss out on. So go ahead, do that right now. And in the meantime, I'm going to be heading into Parkway early in the morning. Best time because that's when there's no traffic here. And right by the entrance is this huge menu that's on display. It makes it so easy to decide what you want before you go in. So we have the classics, seafood, poor boys. Look at that. We got wild-caught Gulf shrimp, Creole barbecue shrimp. We have some fried oysters, and it does come in two sizes, it looks like, so you don't have to get the big one. But then if you're looking for something that's more specialty po' boy, anything that's in the white is like a winner here. But I heard that the James Brown one is really the one to get. So yes, I am definitely gonna give that a try. That sounds really good. So as you see, there's quite a lot of choices of po' boys that you can have here. And then of course, you cannot forget about your dessert, especially that bread pudding. Before we continue on with this episode, I want to let you guys know about a really awesome online delivery service called Cook Unity. Cook Unity is the first ever chef-to-consumer delivery service bringing freshly prepared, restaurant-quality meals to your table. You have many great dishes to choose from, such as the pan-seared Cajun salmon by Andres Mendez from New York, chicken pesto penne with ricotta by Dustin Taylor, and salmon and spinach lasagna by Cedric Nicholas. What I like about Cook Unity is how easy this whole process is. It comes to your door in a matter of days. You just pop it into your microwave and it is done. I like how Cook Unity chefs offer up a wide range of meals with over 7 different dietary preference filters, including vegan, paleo, and gluten-free options. And you can cancel at any time. So go to cookunity.com/rockstar and use my promo code ROCKSTAR50 to get 50% off of your first order to try Cook Unity meals for yourself. This is a great deal, so I encourage you all to get it today. With that said, let's get back on with the show. If you guys are wondering where po' boy comes from, it comes from the word poor boy, because these were the sandwiches that were served to a lot of the struggling Americans back in the very early 20th century. I'm not sure if it's the first, but I know it's one of the first to serve the po' boy sandwiches, and it's still here today. Legendary, iconic spot, can't miss it. So you got some options here. You can order to go, or you can dine in. There's indoor seating and a lot of outdoor seating. And you notice that there are fans above me. That's because in the summertime especially, it can get very, very hot here. So it looks like I did come at a good time. These po' boys usually come with the pickles, the tomato, the lettuce. Very classic recipe. And I believe this is the James Brown one, their house specialty. Oh, look at that, we got some cheese on it too. Ooh, what do we got here?
That's the barbecue beef.
That's the barbecue beef, look at that. Wow. Barbecue sauce, I smell it, and there's some of that fried Gulf shrimp on it. That's the house sauce? Spicy mayo. Ooh, that's a big sandwich. It's like an assembly line back here. Everything is moving so fast. And I heard that when it gets busy at Parkway, yeah, it makes sense. They have all these people back here. If you get the large one, it's wrapped like this, whether you take it to go or whether you dine in at one of these seats. So I decided to try two of their famous sandwiches, beginning with this one, which is the James Brown, winner of the 2018 PoBoy Festival. I am sold. So this is layered with slow cooked barbecue beef. You can kind of see in the bottom. Louisiana fried shrimp. So yes, you get kind of like a surf and turf here. Melted pepper jack cheese and topped with hot sauce mayo. Now here's something that I heard everybody gets here too, which is the Parkway's famous chicken and sausage jambalaya. Yes, jambalaya is one of the popular foods of New Orleans. Classic Louisiana dish that's perfectly seasoned with the Creole Trinity and local Cajun spices. Not unique to New Orleans, but I like sweet potato fries, so I'm gonna get some of this too. Oh yeah. FYI, there is no bakery here on site. Everything that I showed you on the menu is what they have here. The sandwiches, the drinks, some of the sides, but you're not really here for cakes, right? Or baked bread. I mean, they do have bread here. You see, it's part of the po' boy sandwich. Oh yeah. Look at this monstrous one. When I saw all this saucy barbecue beef in here, I already knew I was gonna like it. Any kind of a beef sandwich like this, it's gonna be a winner. This one is so good. Like, the beef is very tender. As you can see, it falls right apart. I think this might, I'm not sure if this is like a brisket or, but it's a very tender piece of meat with their house-made sauce, which is a little bit sweet and a little creamy, of course. Oh man, I can just eat the beef by itself. It's not a classic po' boy. It's a house specialty, but it's so worth ordering. Let me tell you, for sure you gotta get this one, especially if you're more into the meats like the beef. #1 choice from what I heard. And when you have your sandwiches, you have to have your bargs or bag. That's the way they pronounce it. It's a root beer. I haven't had a root beer in so many years. I'm more of a Coca-Cola type of person. Never was really that into root beer, but they said this pairs perfectly. This and that, or this with the catfish. You gotta have your root beer. You gotta get the whole New Orleans experience. They need to bring this to Los Angeles. Yeah, LA needs something like this. Maybe there is something like that there, but I just haven't found it yet. Do you guys know of any places? Drop that comment. I would love to hear your suggestions. But this sausage jambalaya, heard lots of great things about it. Yep, it's a winner. I think this is the second or third time that I've had jambalaya on this trip. But I think so far this is the best of them all. The other jambalayas that I had were good too, in its own way, because everybody has their own recipe. So this one is not quite as saucy or liquidy, which is what I like. And the sausages, big props, because they use really big sausages. Like when you bite into it, like so much meat. Now in all honesty, jambalaya is not my favorite rice dish. Like if I had to pick between this and say like Asian fried rice, I probably would still pick that. But I can still really appreciate the flavor of this. And this one is the Louisiana Catfish. So this is the first time that I'm trying fried catfish po' boy on this trip. So it's locally caught Southeast Louisiana catfish, flash fried golden brown, and this is a large size as well. So as you can see, it's a pretty classic po' boy. So it has the tomatoes, lettuce, pickle, almost like what you would put on a burger. And then the catfish itself, got the mayo spread. This is one of a few seafood ones they have on the menu. The fried oysters, I believe, is only Wednesday and Thursday, but catfish you can get pretty much any time. That catfish is really nice and crispy, very tender. See, it falls apart pretty easily, so you gotta watch out, otherwise it's gonna fall all over the place. No, this thing is not the cleanest thing to eat, so I would say have a lot of napkins or carry the wrap in a way where you can position it and eat it without having to really dirty your hands. But you're here for the experience, so hands get dirty. As long as the food tastes great, that's all that matters. And the thing is, I'm not really that big of a sandwich fan. Back home, whether it's at Subway's or some nice gourmet sandwich shop, there's very few times that I order sandwiches. Like I think the only real time I get it is when I get those Vietnamese banh mi sandwiches. But when I'm here in this city, I'm definitely going to concentrate on eating sandwiches because this makes sandwiches more enjoyable. It makes me want to eat sandwiches more often. And how could you forget their classic French bread pudding? So this is a New Orleans favorite, really the dessert to get when you are in New Orleans. So it's made in-house and it's drenched in a sweet creme rum sauce. And it's about an inch thick, so you're definitely getting quite a lot for your money. Pretty creamy too. I don't think I've had bread pudding that was like this before. Not necessarily because it's this thick, but just the texture of it. The bread pudding that I've had before had more of like a really bready type of texture, which probably is more of like a lower quality. This one I feel is smoother, finer. That's why I see why it's so popular here. Although I like the taste of a classic po' boy, I really think you guys should try the James Brown. That one was pretty mind-blowing. Maybe it's just because I'm a beef type of a person, but I felt that when I ate that, I felt so like comforted. It's like so feel good, especially if you are like a beef fan. You should get that. But even if you get the catfish or the shrimp, I don't think you can go wrong with it, especially if you love authentic po' boys, because this is really one of the best places to get it. So remember that. Parkway Bakery and Tavern in Mid-City, north of the French Quarter area, where you're gonna get some of the best sandwiches in all of New Orleans and possibly all of Louisiana. Well, that pretty much does it for my New Orleans food tour. It's been quite an adventure, ready to go home now. But rest assured, that doesn't mean that my food adventures will stop. We'll continue on back in LA. So I'll see you all in the next food adventure.